Sarah is with us. Sarah is in Atlanta, Georgia. Hi, Sarah. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, thank you. So my question, my husband got some stock options from a company he was working for a few years ago. The money has gone from about $100,000 to just got valued at $1 million a couple weeks ago. So we're trying to decide how much to pull out of the company and how much to leave in. We anticipate it'll keep doing pretty well, but also don't want to be messed up if we're wrong.
Wow. What's your total net worth?
For probably like 600 and then this 600 besides this.
Ooh, wow. So way over half is in this one company.
Yeah, we have a lot in it.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, in other words, you bet the farm on this one company. You went to a horse race and you put your daddy's deed for his farm on one horse.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's scary. That's what they mean by bet the farm.
It is.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So I don't buy single stocks at all because of the risk of what we're talking about, the lack of diversification. If someone is in love with their company and their company stock and they want to buy some, I recommend they not have more than 10% of their net worth tied up in company stock, and that means you would have no more than 160,000 tied up in this.
Okay.
That didn't sound like to me you were going to sell. That didn't sound didn't sound like you were going to sell 800,000 to me.
That should sound like I will try to convince my husband that that's what we should do.
That's the tough part. He's getting starry-eyed going, but what if this turns into 1.5 or 2? I mean, this is our retirement.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
here's
where we've been, and it's been working out, but it's getting a little big for
That's
comfort.
what they said about Bitcoin. So the another way you can talk to him about it then, because that's what you're trying to do, is to figure out how to discuss this logically. The Harvard Investment Newsletter about 20-something years ago had a beautiful article in it called Sunk Cost Analysis. And the danger of someone in your situation is that when you're analyzing, you have $1 million in a stock. And when you're analyzing whether to keep it that way or do something different, you are bringing into the analysis the fact that you only paid 100 and some change for it, and it's grown to $1 million over many years. It feels like found money in a sense. Okay? And that's that is an improper analysis by anyone in the investment world, even people that disagree with me will tell you that's an improper analysis. The proper analysis goes like this. Pretend like you had $1 million piled in the middle of your kitchen table right now in cash, and you did not own this stock. What would you do with that $1 million? Would you go buy this stock with $1 million off your kitchen table?
No.
You see how that feels different than what I said earlier? You need to get it down to 160. And what that does is, here's what that triggers in your brain. Here's the part of your critical thinking skills that forces. And you can go ahead and discuss this whole thing with your husband, and you should, or play this back for him, okay? It makes you, when you look at it that way, it makes you analyze nothing about the past and only the future. And you say, what immediately goes through your head before you went, well, no, I wouldn't do that. What went through your head was something like this. Okay, I don't want that much of my net worth tied up in a single stock, number one. The second thing is I'm not that sure that this company is that great that I would put it all in this one company. I don't know. I mean, maybe I would rather do something else with it. And all of a sudden, the possibilities of other things come across your eyelids rather than just, I own this and it's awesome.
Okay.
So you can say, it makes you look for, the only proper analysis of an investment is forward-looking, not looking at how you got here. Where you got the money is irrelevant. What it does in the future is the only thing you're analyzing when you analyze whether I keep it or not. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense.
Yeah,
that is a good argument. I might get somewhere with that.
That's the sunk cost analysis. In other words, whatever you paid for it doesn't matter. Let's pretend you paid. Pretend you paid $2 million for it, and now it's worth $1 million. The same question will keep you from, because that stock, if it went from 2 million to 1 million, might go to 200,000. It could go on down, right? Now, that's not happening with this company, but this is the reverse side of that same argument. If you're looking at $1 million and you're going, well, I'm going to wait till it comes back up because I paid $2 million for it. A lot of people say stuff like that, right? And if you do that, that's sunk cost analysis. That's a bad analysis. Instead, you say, okay, what do I really think this is going to do only in the future? Oh, God, I'm pretty sure it's going to go down. Well, then why would you buy it? And by keeping it one more day, you just bought it again. It's has the same exact effect on your balance sheet. So, yeah, if I'm in your shoes, knowing what I know from 30 years of building wealth, and I don't own any single stocks, I'm not mad about it. I just don't buy them. I don't get tempted to count on my own ego for picking one stock that's going to be a home run. I don't own any, but if I did, I would not own more than 10% of my net worth in a single stock.
So in this situation, Dave, this is going to create a big taxable event if she sells off this many shares.
Probably.
Do you obviously work with a tax advisor on this, but is there a strategy to go, we're going to stagger this out so it doesn't, shoot us into $1 million income a year?
I mean, you can split it over 2 years, but other than that, no. You're gonna get taxed on it.
So you just put aside a big chunk of that money to pay the tax bill.
If you want to split it over 2 years, you can to reduce the pain. And so sell some now, sell some more January 2. But, I mean, you're waiting from now to January 2 in this current market, that thing could go down.
Yeah.
It scares me. If I woke up this morning in her shoes, I'd be done with 800,000 of it by morning.
Well, it feels a little bit like you're at the casino and now you're up $900,000. You
Exactly.
Go, hey, we're crushing it. Let's keep going. And then all of a sudden, it can turn on a dime.
Exactly.
So that does scare me.
Yeah,
me and you don't like losing money at the casino. We'll leave that to other people.
It's easy for me to not lose money at the casino because I don't go. So, it's not the casino because it's not gambling. This is actually investing, but it can turn on you that fast with a certain company.
And with a single stock.
There's stuff going on at a company that size that no one knows except 5 people that could. The news comes out tomorrow on the CEO, did this or that. My God, all of a sudden the things.
Shareholders get spooked.
Your millions, $500,000.
Yeah.
One of the saddest things I ever saw in this was there's a Procter & Gamble, which is a wonderful company, and I have no idea what their stock is doing these days. But years ago, I had a widow that had worked for Procter & Gamble 38 years that I was coaching on money. And she came in, and she was just crying, and she had put all of her 401k money in P&G stock, and it was down 38%. And so her $750,000 looked like, it looked like $400,000. And it was awful. And she had lost basically half of her retirement, almost, because she had bet it all. And it's a wonderful big company, but that doesn't mean the stock is wonderful. And it certainly doesn't mean it's a great vehicle for you to build wealth with. You can have a good company and even a stock that's okay or that has a good potential future, but none of them are good enough that I want to bet half of my net worth on them.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's tough.
Scares the crap.
You're never
out of
going to go public, Dave, are you? No one's going to see the Ramsey stock hit the market anytime soon, because then that means you got to report to the shareholders.
That means a lot of stuff that I'm not going to do.
Yeah. So sorry, folks, if you're looking forward to the Ramsey stock, it's not happening.
I can assure you, it's doing okay. It's doing just fine. Thank you very much.
You get all the voting around here.
That's it. I am the sole arbitrator of stupidity and genius both. So there it goes.
It's worked out.
But yeah, at least we know whose fault it was, right?
One person in charge, one person to blame. There we go.